Good morning. It's another seesaw day to start. At least the saw is down, meaning the market is down. But what we saw yesterday was things come back very quickly. So I'm going to hit more on this conflict that is happening right now and from some of the analysis that I heard yesterday. And we'll see where this all goes today. This is a financial education presentation. You must do your own due diligence on anything you hear in this presentation. More disclaimer information can be found on ankerstarwealth.com, and the opinions expressed are mine and mine alone. Although I'm bringing a lot of these opinions from the debriefings that I got to attend yesterday from JP Morgan Chase and Lazard and a few other ones that I hopped on. This is one thing I love about this job is I get to get details from very intelligent people where they even answer questions. So this isn't just like watching news media. We actually get in, and they brought, like, one was they brought a general on, a retired general, to get his opinion on this. So anyways, so here's the update I got before we get into markets. So first of all, these last 3 to 4 days were not, standalone. They, one said this is a culminating moment from the last few years, especially October 7th and the 12-day war last year. It's not just, it's not been peace. It's just been a pause. And thousands as targets struck, the death of the supreme leader, as well as a lot of other senior leaders of Iran. He was 86. They were going to transition at some point anyways. Who has 86-year-old leaders? Well, yeah, some countries do. But this guy had been in power for like over 40 years. So anyways, they come out and said this is not Iraq. There's not going to be a ground attack. We're not building a nation here. The next phase is going to be on the Iranians. So I thought this is very interesting. The question of how long this lasts, either days or weeks, and the market's reacting like it's going to be going a long time. It's who runs out of munitions first. Iran only has so many missiles. Their navy's already been sunk. And the United States and Israel has so much missile defense capability. But when last year's war, 12 days, when people start to run out, that's when it stops. This campaign is not about bringing Iran back to the negotiating table. That's not going to be happening, but more about this whole regime either collapsing or putting a new leader in, which they certainly, I've seen already rumors of one. So short-term disruption will be significant, not a small thing. Iran has already attacked 9 of its neighbors, which that doesn't really help them as far as popularity and getting support around their neighbors. So anyways, the belief was that this was coming to a head very quickly, and whether it was this past Saturday or it was this coming Friday, it was coming soon. So it wasn't like, it was just going to fester for a while. So we might as well rip the Band-Aid off and get this rolling because the United States saw there was an opportunity. They did say that Iran's at the most vulnerable point they've been at since 1979. And they brought up that, in January, they killed thousands of their citizens, maybe tens of thousands. And I know we don't see that publicity. Maybe there's some footage that leaks somewhere, but that's pretty significant. And, to jump in, and I realize that U.S. lives are at risk, but thousands and tens of thousands of people dying within their own country that were protesting or trying to fight against this. As far as we get to the financial side, oil. And I saw oil was up to, I think when I woke up, it was at 78. Now it's down to 77. We're going to look at it after this. But they said if oil was limited, which it is right now, it could hit 80 to 85. That's what they said. So yes, for those of you that don't have an electric vehicle, yes, I'm like, I already saw the prices went up in Ohio to 309 last night when I was driving by a gas station from like 239. Oil can go up, or it has. They said it'll be 3 weeks. There's enough oil in the market and in reserve that this could go 3 weeks before there was a major spike, which would be over $100 or a genuine economic impact. And so the guy brought up a lot of questions, or one of them brought up a lot of questions is, does Iran's opposition come together? Does Europe get in the game? Do other Gulf states retaliate? There's a lot of things that can happen, a lot of unknowns. And every day when I wake up now, it's like first thing is like, oh, what's the market doing? Because it's going to be based on this. And when I woke up today, it was down. I was looking at the NASDAQ. It was down like 2.4%. I think it's already come off that low. But stepping back to the key thing is, what are we doing in the United States overall? The economy's still growing. Midterm elections and turnover is still coming. The jobs report is coming out this Friday. And a lot of interesting things are coming. So with that, let me share my screen, and I'm going to show you the latest prices or what's going on this morning. So this is the pre-market, and I'm refreshing my screen. Yeah, the NASDAQ's down 1.75%, which is off. I want to say it was 2.4 when I woke up. I'll look at a one-day graph, and we'll see if we can see. Yeah, so you can see that at 6:30 a.m., that's about when I got up. Yeah, it was even lower. So it's already come off that low. And let's just look at yesterday's graph, so we can see. We can see the drop and then the recovery. So there was at least a little bit of one. So some drop, some recovery. And then more importantly, I guess, well, maybe it's not more importantly, but oil, let's look at oil prices. When I woke up this morning, oil was at 78. It's down to 76. Will they be changing it? Oh, look at that. Will they be changing it, the gas pump this quick? I don't think so. But what I did, this is a one-year graph. I was going to show this yesterday. This is a one-year graph, and you can see, wow, oil, it's at its one-year high. Hey, if we were a stock, and if this was a stock, we'd love this. But let's look at the 5-year graph. Well, boy, if I bought this stock 5 years ago, I might not be as happy. Oil's still at kind of, I would say pretty flat. Obviously, it's spiked up lately, and it will continue to spike up some in the summer. So anyways, we will continue to monitor this. As always, if you have any concerns, if this is causing you to lose sleep at night with your stock portfolio, please contact your financial advisor. There's ways we can de-risk. I'm not saying to exit the market and go to cash or anything like that, but you can de-risk so there's a little less volatility. And I'll just close with to say that this is volatile. The market's volatile at this time. We said it was going to be choppy. This certainly causes it to be even more choppy. But volatility is our friend. The reason stocks have the returns they do is because we can sit through volatility. That's how you buy low, you sell high, and you expect this volatility. So I will close on that, and we'll have more tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.